just turned immediately off.
Donnie, hold the beer. Are you getting this quite sweet motion? He's rolling to the podcast.
So.
Hey.
Hey guys.
Hey everyone.
Do that again.
Why? That's nice.
I literally said do that again under my breath and it'll be.
Oh. You're good, it's good. How you doing?
You do it. You do it.
I do it.
Yeah, I do it. Okay.
Radio.
Right, we're back. What's going on?
How is everybody?
I'm good. How are you, man?
I'm really good. I started it well. We just had
Started
a
nice
clapping war and it was good. I enjoyed it. It was a
That's a
brilliant
nice clap for. We'll keep it in. We'll keep it in.
Yeah, it's good.
So how's everyone been? Ever, Jay.
Richard.
Dotty.
Welcome back to the podcast, the BrightGrind podcast. We've had a few weeks off, but fuck it, let's just brush through these things and not address them. Okay.
Consistency. That's key.
Consistency is key.
That's our motto.
I just realised I put a sherbet lemon in my mouth at like the worst possible time before we do a podcast.
Sabotage.
I know, what's wrong?
So you are sherbet lemon girl.
Sherbin.
I thought we were like.
Is it nice though?
Yeah, they're good.
They are good.
They're irresistible, hence the situation.
Out of sweets, they are great because they've got like the 2 layers to them. It's got that sherbety goodness in the middle. If you get that right, you can just go suck it all.
It's true of life. I mean.
What? Don't make this deep. This is sweet. A delicious.
Anyway, what's everyone actually been doing?
I was just staring off into the distance. Not much, man, but
Yeah.
do you know what I went and saw?
What?
And you guys have seen it now, Avengers.
Yeah, we
I
saw it
fucking
last
loved it.
night. We're like coming in fresh.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
so
we
fresh.
literally watched it yesterday. It was great.
So it came out in the UK last Friday, and I went and saw it. It was good.
I think
So-
it's the best one.
Yeah,
It was
No,
really
Marvel.
good. And
Definitely.
I don't normally even watch superhero movies. I haven't watched
No.
them for years, and it was really good.
They were getting a tad tedious.
I was
Oh,
very
yes.
anti them, but this
Yeah.
one, it's changed it all up, and it's changed the storyline. And
The world's fun.
so should we
Yeah.
go full spoilers? So spoilers if you haven't seen it, then
Yeah, we will.
We're
Sorry.
going
No
to ruin it for you if you haven't seen it.
that's going to happen. But yeah, so spoilers ahead.
Ahoy.
So pretty much half the cast died of heroes.
Yeah, that was great. I love that bit.
You had, so who's left? You've got all of the Guardians of the Galaxy guys are gone, apart from Rusty Rocket.
Yeah, he's first. That's cool.
Oh, did they?
Groot dies.
Star-Lord
shit,
went,
did they?
Groot
And
went,
Groot
Chris Pratt go?
Chris Pratt went, Batista went,
Yeah, Batista went.
and Mantis, whatever her what's that girl's
Yeah,
actual
yeah,
name?
yeah.
I think it's
her
Mantis.
With the
Is
shit
it
in her head.
Mantis? I call her Mantis, but I know it's
She
not.
nearly had him though, no?
Yeah, she.
Cool character, but like she nearly had
But
him.
wait.
and- yeah.
We're doing death count.
Yeah, sorry.
Who else is dead? So we've got the Guardians of the Galaxy gone, Black Panther's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that's
quite
good.
like.
That was
like
a
that.
big
Then
one.
he just met you.
That's
now.
funny.
Yeah, he'd only apparently that was written before his film blew up. So if they'd done it now, he probably wouldn't have. You know, if they wrote the actual
Yeah,
script.
yeah, they would have kept him.
Yeah, because it was all all the stuff in Wakanda
Wakanda.
forever was that was all reshoots. It wasn't originally. It wasn't actually there. That big fight.
It was so
Yeah,
good
yeah.
though.
Yeah,
that was
like-
such an amazing part of the film. And
It
that
was a
just
good bit of the film. I
afterthought.
like that fight.
They were good reshoots.
No
like,
rhinos,
definitely.
though.
No rhinos! I'm so happy there weren't rhinos.
Right, we're still doing corpses.
Sorry.
Sorry, dude.
We're doing the
It's
corpses.
just such a good film. I'm just like,
And it's all because there were no rhinos.
Yeah, shitty rhinos. No
They
shitty
were so
rhinos.
bad.
the woman, you know, I don't even know their names very well, but the one with the red shit that came out her hands, she's dead.
Wanda.
Was it Wonder?
Wanda.
There were some names I couldn't keep up. There was a. You see the cast in the credits. There was about 60
There
odd
were so
named
many
characters.
people.
It was crazy.
There were long
So
credits, man, and we had to
There
wait.
were so
'cause we
many
had to
different
see
people.
Their little sneaky bit at the end.
and I rushed in about the last 6 months. I hadn't watched a Marvel film for about 3 years, maybe 2. So I sort of binged them all and caught up to date.
Yeah.
And all the ones before they were.
They're just a bit like, meh.
It's just copy paste. Like the
Yeah.
guys fall out.
they
back
always
together.
get back
What
together.
did you
They beat
think of
the
the Spider-Man movies they did recently? Because I haven't watched them, but because of this film, I'm like, maybe they'd be alright.
They're the only ones I haven't watched
No, okay.
Maybe
because
I need to get on
they rebooted Spider-Man like
Like
3
so many
times in
different
about
times.
5
That's
years.
what puts
kept
me
on
off
getting
it.
it
I'm like,
wrong.
why do you keep throwing different
Because
Spider-Man?
they kept on getting it
Yeah.
wrong, and then it just like
I quite liked
Some
them.
of
Really,
them were
well,
alright.
at the time, I
the
really
first
liked the
one.
old ones.
yeah.
Yeah, the one with Tobey Maguire, I really liked that.
Yeah.
But I was a kid, so it was the
Yeah.
first superhero film
That's
I
like the
watched. So
classic.
it's part of me. I like
It's
that.
part of your soul.
Part of my soul.
Spider-Man was a beginner character though. He was always at the front of like Marvel.
Yeah, he's introductory. He's not very.
He's
He's
really popular
easy.
in the comics, so they just spam that one first
Mm.
because they had so much to work from.
So it's 10 years in the making this film.
Yeah.
So the main story is obviously Thanos is going around the universe.
And this big glove of goodness.
And he's collecting these Infinity Gems and attaching them to this gauntlet that Tyrion had made for him.
Yeah, Tyrion Lannister from Game of Thrones.
Peter Dinklage appears as a
Yeah.
giant, but...
Hold the
That's
door
peculiar.
reference. Amazing. He goes, hold the door, and it's so good.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he says,
I-
hold the
I
door.
blocked
Did you
that.
not see that?
I didn't pick up on that.
Because he's holding the door, and he goes, hold the door, and it's just like,
Oh.
you do.
I didn't pick up on
The
that.
little
That's a bit
Hodor
cheap,
reference.
actually.
Yeah, that's such a cheap
Yeah.
Hodor reference. It's so cheap, but it's like he's a dwarf, but he's actually a giant. It's fucking cheap anyway, and he's got metal.
Yeah, even...
Like obscure punishment from Thanos. Hilarious, not death.
Yeah, that was
Just-
weird. He just went, my hands.
But
It's
leaves
like-
him in a capable state to build things.
But
Yeah.
it's an insult, isn't it? You can't be that craftsman with the details.
To be fair, he does break his like forge.
Yeah, he fucks
Yeah.
up the whole thing.
True there, yeah, true.
So where are we going with that?
I don't
So-
know.
so
I enjoyed
Thanos
him
is
anyway.
going around the
Yeah, we got
universe,
the club.
and he's collecting stuff, and he
Stones.
gets...
And he's a really big, but
I don't
you
know the
say
names.
he's a really big, beefy guy.
He's
Like,
huge.
He's
Infinity
like an alien,
Stones.
but he's got like, yeah.
But the face was really detailed, where when he was having conflicts, like you could tell, like I thought the emotions came
Yeah,
through
he
really
had
well.
loads of
Considering he was a
emotions.
CG mess,
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah.
you could really tell when he
He
was
was
like
a-
struggling.
I do wish they used puppets more though.
Yeah, like practical
Oh, yeah,
effects.
there's a puppet.
I don't know. I think they're too far deep in with CG.
Yeah.
If there was a puppet, it would look
They could have
garbage.
done that with makeup, to be fair.
That's what I think. Like that.
But it
puppetry
wouldn't
and
move
that.
as well. Like his moved properly. Like in the fight scenes when he's getting chucked around as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parts of the film did become a fucking computer game. Where it was just
Yeah.
CG, but it was minimal. I think they picked up on people don't
There was
like.
But we like that
There
a
was a
little bit.
character in it.
Maybe
like,
10%.
you know the lady character who was bad, who kept beating up all the female.
Oh, with the one
Avengers?
with the...
Yeah.
Oh, the horns, yeah.
Why was she CGI? Because that easily you could get someone to just be made up
Yeah.
like that. Like that was like a waste. I felt.
I think they kind of did it as well for like
Cosplay.
impact in some sense. Because I thought it made us seem a bit more like out of this.
Well, she just
Yeah.
looked like a demon, didn't she?
Yeah.
Like horns, like devilly kind of shit.
I liked the male one. The other one, the little small one. The guy that was all like in the big like hood. And he was all black and he was like a stealthy one with a big spear.
Sorry?
What, the wizard?
No, not the wizard.
Yeah, so Thanos has sort of three generals. He has
You don't know.
a magician kind of guy that can do telekinesis, and he can
Oh, yeah,
manipulate
yeah,
things,
well,
can't
And
he?
he's got a real pedo vibe.
Yeah, he's got a proper
Yeah,
pedo, sort
he's
of rapey
not nice.
vibe, but he probably would if you were telekinesis bad guy.
Yeah.
You would be a bit rapey. Then there was the big
Yeah,
berserker guy, who was kind of like the tank who went in.
But he had a cool axe that did like some weird telescopic shit.
Mm.
Did he?
Yeah,
That was it. No.
his axe like shot out at one point.
Okay, that's it. And then I can't remember, but there was the lady who seemed to be a bit more of a stealthy one, didn't she?
And
Have
then
all
there was
the
the guy.
minions. The guy.
Yeah,
oh,
the,
what,
one that the one when they're in Wakanda and they're like,
Oh, I think I know who.
yeah, because then Wanda comes off the field because they're like, oh, where's your mate? And he's like, you will pay for his loss.
and they portal him to Antarctica, don't they?
No, that's the big guy. And
Okay.
then Wanda comes out and they're like, she's on the battlefield. And then they're like,
Right.
oh, they're taking the big powerful one away. So the stealthy one goes in and tries to take Vision. And he nearly takes the thing off him. You know, on the top of it.
You following that?
Anyone following this? Anyone following this? Anyone know who I'm
If
talking
someone's
about?
seen it, they might follow it. But I don't know for sure.
Gauntlet. I think we should all get Iron Gauntlets.
You've definitely seen the guy.
So he gets.
Oh, that's good guy.
You've definitely seen the guy.
So Loki dies straight away when he gets the first gem.
Yeah, that's pretty quick.
But Loki's died quite a few times before, isn't he?
Yeah, he'll probably come back maybe.
He'll
but
probably appear
That
again.
would be ridiculous if he did. But
And then a lot of time sort of went where no one really died. That all of Thor's race are dead now.
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Because those
pretty crazy.
ships. Did you watch Ragnarok? Did you watch Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah, when they get off on the ships.
Yeah, at the end.
That was the ship. Wasn't it?
Literally all the race are on these
Yeah,
ships
that's
and they
messed
get
up.
blown to shit. So that sucks. So Thor's literally the last of his kind now.
That's
mad.
sad.
Poor Thor, man.
Poor Thor.
Poor Thor. And then he sort of collects the gems through the film. He has to kill his daughter. What was her name?
Yeah.
The green lady.
Gamora.
Gamora.
Yeah.
He has to kill someone that he loves, and Red Skull's there, cameos there randomly. From,
Yeah,
Why
Red,
is he
Red
hanging
Skull's
around?
the
Like,
guardian
that's-
of the soul one. He's the one that guides people there because he
Yeah.
can't do it because he doesn't love anyone.
But he was in
Captain America.
Yeah, this is the first. We haven't seen him
Yeah,
since.
Red Skull's like the guy, but the way he dies is he goes through a portal, and that
Right.
takes him to that place. And
Well,
then
it's part with this.
he was meant to get that soul stone, but when he got there, they were like, "You have to throw something you love," and he's like, "Oh well, I'm fucked."
I had
And
none.
then he just stayed there.
Cool.
So that's his story.
And that's his like curse, is he has to guide people to what he
But
wants.
that's sad. That's quite a heart wrenching moment.
Yeah,
When he
so-
realizes she's dead, and he's like shouting at Thanos, like, "You killed her!"
I don't like the way he breaks that though. That's really annoying because they literally have him. They're about to win, and
Yeah,
then he
they've
just
come
starts
up-
punching him and wakes him up, and he's dead.
They've
That's
come
it.
up with a plan. People from Guardians of the Galaxy, and also who else is there? I swear Doctor Strange is there.
So it's Doctor Strange. You've got all of the Guardians of the Galaxy and Iron Man and Spider Man. They set a trap. And
And
they
they
Plan an
managed
ambush,
to
and
get
they
there.
almost get the gauntlet off, and then
Yeah.
that would be over. But then
You've got Mantis on top of Thanos, and she's
Yeah.
using her sort of soothing ways
Put
to.
him to sleep, and they're all.
He's sort of asleep, and they're trying to yank the gauntlet off because he's got, I think, 2 or 3 gems at this point.
yeah.
So they want to get this glove off because then they can
three.
probably dismantle it, and then the threat's over. And it's to the point where it's the gauntlets and glove goes to about there, and they've dragged it to the point of about here, but Star-Lord gets angry because he's killed
His Gamora.
Gamora, and he finds out they were dating, they were smashing on the
they were
side,
banging on the side, lucky.
and then like an idiot, Star-Lord starts throwing haymakers at Thanos, knocks Mantis' concentration off, and then Thanos wakes up and he gets the gauntlet back on.
Oh, that's shit.
That really
one.
annoyed me, that bit.
Yeah,
That was my only.
Because it could have
dislike
gone.
over it.
It could have gone better.
Yeah,
But-
because they could have done it right there and then, which is annoying. I don't think they should have had that option.
but if there's the bit where Doctor Strange he's seeing all the futures and he sees 8 million futures, and he sees that there's only one way, one
Yeah,
sequence
yeah.
of events that leads to this happening, and he's there and he's sort of overseeing it, isn't he? He's in the background, kind of just being a weird wizard. Hanging on, probably.
What do you
asleep.
think about Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange?
I thought he was fucking badass.
Yeah.
I want to be a wizard. I want to do this.
Yeah.
I wanna-
And his guy as well. What's his name?
Oh.
Pong or Pug? What's his buddy called?
Oh, I don't know.
Pong?
He's-
Did you call him Pong?
What's his name?
It is something
Pong.
cheap like that.
Yeah,
it
it
is
is,
like
it is.
some
I
generic
really
Asian
liked
voice.
him. He was good.
No
Yeah.
thanks.
I would
No
have appreciated it a little bit more.
A random bat.
Random.
No. I thought he was funny though.
Yeah, I liked him. I thought he was kind of
Maybe
believable.
like I appreciated a lot of characters I wouldn't normally appreciate because of how they were in that film, especially Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Strong feelings.
So Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's
Lad now.
feels were real.
Yeah.
He joins Tony Stark, and so all the characters, because there's 40 people in this film, they sort of break it up into sort of 3-4 different stories, and
Like
they sort of
groups.
wind
Yeah,
them
yeah,
together,
yeah.
don't they? And it's kind of edited kind of well. And
They do that all the time.
so you've got Thor, who meets up with the Guardians of the Galaxy,
Mhm.
and
Then they split off.
that's just it, isn't it? That's them.
Yeah, and then they split off into 2 groups.
Yeah.
And you got Thor, Iron Man and Spider-Man, who have a UFO appears over New York.
Yeah, that's that big circle-y ship.
Yeah.
The
that's
big-
what
yeah, the
I
big
don't really
donut
like
that's in
those
the-
ships very much. I don't really get the whole circle bit. But
In the trailer, it's
That's pretty cool.
it releases like a boom, like a wave or something like that. It does some shit. I don't know.
It's pretty gnarly looking.
I think
Yeah.
is that bullshit. I don't know. I think it's like a weapon or some shit. I think it appeared in another film. I don't know.
Okay. It's the one that appears over New York, and then all those big like
Yeah.
things come out of it.
So Tony Stark and Spider-Man get on this UFO,
Yeah.
and they shoot off. They have their own story, and then you've
And they
got
fly off with them,
kind of Captain America's team.
and they have to fight that
They
guy.
appear out of nowhere. That's kind of cool seeing them back.
I love the way
Yeah.
they kill that guy as well.
And Bucky and Captain America get to meet again. That was nice.
He doesn't do that much though.
Huh?
He doesn't do that much though.
Bucky?
the old-
Yeah, he didn't, did he?
Didn't do very much. Still, he fired a little fucking light machine gun of it, and that was about it.
It was barely
Hit a few
anything.
people.
He was just generic soldier, but he is kind of lame
That's his
compared
name. He's
to
Winter Soldier.
compared to
I got an
Iron
iron
Man,
arm.
Spider-Man, like
Yeah.
Thor. He's shit. He's just a guy with a rifle who's
I
kind
was
of strong.
I was a bit disappointed. We didn't see the Hulk come out properly.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. So the whole
They cut
time,
him out.
I love the Hulk.
there's about 3 minutes in, Hulk fights Thanos,
Yeah.
and Thanos gets he gets punched a few times from Hulk, doesn't he?
Yeah, you get some stuff with.
But then he just, I don't know, he kind of gets his breath behind him, and then he just destroys Hulk. And then Hulk retreats inside a banner and won't
Yeah.
come out again.
Yeah.
And so the whole time, Banner's in a big Iron
He's in
Man suit, isn't he?
suit. That's funny, and he just gets fucked up.
Yeah.
He loses an arm like really early on.
Yeah, it's falling apart. This suit, isn't
and
it?
yet he's still like, it's a good time.
Yeah, and he just keeps going though. That's the nice bit. If I'd lost an arm, I'd be like.
It's those bits where he can't fight, and like the team are just like, all right, we're gonna send you home because you can't help, and it's really awkward.
The bit that I don't get is like there's War Machine as well, who is just like pretty powerful, and he really helped
Which
in that
one's
big
that?
thing with all the things.
He does
all those
work.
Creatures.
So
which one's
right,
that?
we're kind of all over the place. Let's explain this story. So you've got what other groups are there? You got Captain America's lot.
Yeah.
What do they really do? They're just sort of in the background.
He doesn't
They
really
do a bit of
much.
fighting.
They do some sabotage stuff,
They
don't
do
they?
some good fighting. What was sabotage?
What do they do?
where does-
They come out of nowhere.
Yeah, they don't really introduce them, do they?
They
just
just
kind
not-
of are there.
They meet on Wakanda.
They're kind of annoying
Wakanda?
characters. To be honest.
It all happens
I've
in
always
Wakanda.
found them quite
Huh?
It all happens in Wakanda.
Yeah, he does a
Wakanda.
lot of fighting on Wakanda. He's with Black Panther and stuff though.
Yeah.
They're down on the base camp, fighting off the mate and other characters. So their storyline is like kind of like fight scenes.
So how many? So at about 4 gems. So Thanos, yeah. And then how many does he have when he comes on the planet? Well, they're having a big fight at the end. Everyone's met up, haven't they?
There's 4.
He has 4 out of 6, I think.
4 out of 6.
And there's 5 at the end. Just before, he gets the 6th one in a big final match.
He gets the one out of that guy's head.
Yeah,
Out of Vision. Vision's kind of a bitch in this film.
Vision does
Yeah.
bad.
Vision has a fucking infinity gem
Yeah, he
embedded
does
in his
really
skull,
bad.
and he gets juked at the start by that guy. That was a jump scare. Did that make you jump? When they're just having a conversation, and then Vision gets stabbed out of nowhere when they're
By
on that
that
cobble
guy.
street.
Oh, yeah, that is
By the
quite
guy I
scary.
was trying to explain earlier.
Oh, was that the stealth guy?
Yeah.
Okay, but
He
he
was
was
badass.
unmemorable. I don't remember him.
No,
What? He was
he wasn't
badass.
I don't really remember any of those.
Look
4.
at him again. He was well sick. Like the image of him was he had like stealth like plate thing on. It was well cool.
I thought Thanos was the best villain that we've had.
Oh yeah,
in-
was
for sure.
really
His
good.
emotions are up and all over. When he kills Gamora because he actually loves her. Whoa, moving.
But he's sort of like he's evil, but you can see how he's
Yeah.
arrived at that decision. Like
yeah, he's like a weird, over-the-top communist.
Well, it might be a
or
good
something,
idea,
I don't know.
it's not like he's just insane, where he's like, half the people need to die. He's actually like, well, no, I think that there's not enough resources, and so in order to do that, and he's obviously batshit insane,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he wants to kill half the universe. But he's actually thought about it, and that's the first time I think in a Marvel film that they've done that.
Yeah,
It's not
normally
just
they're just like, oh, I hate.
Normally they're just like,
I
I
want to
want
rule
to
the
rule
world.
the world or blow the world to smithereens. Or
yeah, I want to blow up the sun for no real
Or them
reason.
revenge characters that only hate specific people.
Yeah.
So that was a fucking sick film. I really enjoyed it.
Really good.
I
I
did.
really,
So-
really liked it. I would watch it again.
The
Yeah.
big bit. All the nerds who watched the comic, who read the comic books, I totally spoiled myself by watching, had PDFs of Infinity Wars comics, and they all die. So I was like, right. So
Yeah.
in the film, he collects all 6 of the crystals.
Yeah, at the end.
He does the iconic snap,
And then they all die.
and instead of in the comics everyone dies, literally everyone.
Ah.
In this, only half. So he's not true to the comic book, but he's. I think it's more realistic this
Half
way.
is about
Yeah.
more sense because all
That's
of them
kind of
wouldn't
like
make much
he's,
sense.
yeah.
He's not outrageously evil.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like
50% evil.
Hitler-y evil, and you can
Yeah.
rationalise Hitler because you're like,
Hitler early stages maybe evil.
well, Hitler didn't want to kill everyone.
He just wanted to kill something.
Like, yeah,
He's like
fucking
he's,
damn.
That
it.
was
he's like
me.
had he's trying to rationalise it.
Just
It's not
picking on
right.
specific people. At least Thanos did it randomly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a random lottery. I guess you had a 50-50 chance.
Imagine if he
that
just
you'd-
died.
You would just sort of
Yeah, like,
Imagine
oh,
if he just
no.
disappeared. It was like, oh damn.
shit.
Imagine he'd be like, that's fine.
So
If-
what
'cause he
happens?
said he wanted to rest.
What happens when he does the click?
Everybody, like half the people die.
And they dissolve.
And
But they don't
dissolve.
die. They fade into dust. And all you need to do is be able to recreate that thing that turned them into dust and reverse it.
You
And
just
they
got to
can come
find
back
the
to life.
dust.
You got to find the thing that's controlling the dust,
Yeah.
i.e. the gauntlet, and
Well,
reverse it. So the thing is that everyone reckons they're going to come back to life.
Well, they're going to get the gauntlet and then rewind time, I reckon.
Well,
Yeah.
Characters.
Mainly because there's definitely another Spider-Man film coming
Yeah.
out, but let's pretend we don't know that.
Yeah.
it's really like cheap, isn't it? Because at the end you're like, oh, that's peril there.
Oh, that
Yeah.
is bad. Oh, I didn't even realise that.
They all come back, yeah. That's
Well,
all.
no, I knew they were going to, but I didn't want to be told it.
There might be some people that can't save.
Huh?
Maybe they can only save Spider-Man.
Yeah, maybe they can only save a quarter of the people.
Maybe.
Or just Spider-Man.
Well, that.
We have to pick one, and it's Tony Stark that gets it or something.
Yeah, and he says,
And he's like, I love Spidey, mate. He's
I
my
love
boy.
him.
A lot of people were saying that this was when they thought that they were going to change the guard of Marvel, where all the iconic ones like Iron Man, Thor, and that they'd all die off, and then the new breed of heroes would be
Progressive,
here,
yeah.
like Black Panther. You got
And then they do
Gamora
origin
and
stories
that
for
lot.
all the other
The
ones.
new
and
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They're all kind of modern and new and young and
stuff.
fresh. Whereas fucking Tony Stark's like
With pop references.
grizzled old man.
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
Pop references.
huh?
Pop references as well.
Yeah.
And they can have him coming back in like bits of it, like it's like the guy that kits him out, and he's like,
it could be like a
kid,
Q
be
role.
safe out there, and Spider-Man's got like all these missile launchers on him or some shit.
Thinking James Bond like Q. Like
Yeah.
that sort of role. They could
Yeah.
have Tony Stark just have 10 minutes in each film and he's like, right kid, you're going to go see the blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
You need this and
Or they're like the
something.
Thunderbirds.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh,
they
what?
were good.
Ghost Watson.
Yeah,
Like-
and he's the one there, like, hey everybody, and he's they do fucking puppets instead. Like, fuck all the characters off and just do puppets. Like oh my god, they should do like a joke Avengers, but like the same people that did Team America.
Wait, we're talking about the film. Stop
Yeah.
going down weird
Ah,
rabbit holes, you
but
druggo. You're leading us off the path. Stop it.
Anyway,
Oh, the path
But-
is good.
I thought it was a
The
fucking
rabbit
badass film. Richard, we got to put you back on the tracks.
Oh no!
Stop
man.
it. Stop talking about Puppets Avengers. We don't want to watch Muppets Avengers
No, not
Christmas
Muppets.
special.
oh, I would really watch that though.
There we go. See, Team America.
What have
Style
I
of it.
made? What have I become?
Should
You've
we
been
talk?
part of this.
Should we talk about the movie we all saw together before that film?
Yeah,
The one that was not good.
I didn't like it. Black
I
Panther.
didn't like it.
Black
Black Panther.
We saw it really late, like probably a month and a half after it actually came out.
Yeah, and a lot of people liked it.
Yeah.
It was a big hit.
It was cool because it was.
Sometimes.
It had a cool kind of. Like that would have been that's kind of badass. A hidden society that no one's ever known about, and they've kept it hidden. But at the same time, it's really fucking stupid,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it annoys me.
but it is in the world of Marvel.
Yeah, which is kind of ridiculous, but
It's weird.
But it is
It's
true to the
really weird.
storyline. There
Yeah.
is definitely a city with a bunch of,
well, yeah, it's
African people
superheroes.
living
It's,
it,
it's
yeah.
ridiculous, beyond ridiculous.
and they've got some magic juju that makes them like really strong. That purple stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool though, the purple stuff.
And
But it's a
apparently
bit
they've
OP.
also got great technology and loads of money.
That's
and
really OP
wouldn't
as
it be
well.
awful if there's somewhere in the middle of Africa that actually, like, that's a bad message to kids.
Yeah, it's quite bad as well because it's sort of like there's just one city-sized thing in the middle of Africa that just has all like more resource than the world sort of thing, but then just doesn't share with anyone else in Africa. That's so bad. There's
Yeah.
so much poverty there.
But they had to keep it a secret. So the story of Black Panther was you had Black Panther who ran
Wakanda
Wakanda
forever.
Wakanda forever, and and then some guy comes out of nowhere who's kind of like he's got half blood in him, half Wakanda blood,
Yeah.
and he
His
becomes
his
the Black
dad or
Panther
something.
because he beats the shit out of the Black
Yeah,
Panther.
he beats him up
Yeah.
without powers because they
Yeah.
take away their powers in the ritual
And
combat.
then
and
there's
he's
that
some
bare
ex-GI
knuckle.
guy. and
Which
all
I
that.
think is quite unfair because he's used to fighting with the powers, and then they
Yeah.
take his powers away. So imagine being ridiculously weaker, and the other guy's like on full form.
That's the point. You're meant to be the
Yeah.
ultimate badass and then have the thing. You're not meant to be just some guy
Yeah,
who
yeah.
has the thing. So you got to be the fucking warrior without it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it was a bit of a shit film.
Yeah, the story made no sense really. So the guy came out of
Yeah.
nowhere. He beats Black Panther,
And then
becomes
they just-
ruler of the nation now.
That's how it works there.
Because that's how it works.
Oh, God,
because
and it's
reasons.
And
very-
then some of them try and stop him, but he beats him up.
It's
And
so
he-
bad how they make like the original Black Panther is all like African and nice, and then the other one's like a bit like hood, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
he's the bad one.
Yeah.
He's
He likes
the
rap
Americanized
music.
black
Yeah.
person. And it's like, no.
And he's the one who goes for like the snazziest suit and that.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
And he
Yeah.
goes, he's like, I will wear the shiny one. And it's like,
it was a lot of.
please.
Yeah, that's true. It
It's
is like
just-
modern America getting injected into like a traditional African
it's a
kind of
cultural
environment.
reference. They're just trying to
Kind
do a
of-
nice cultural reference.
But
Which
it's,
is
they're
cool.
quite like weird stereotypes, like weird caricatures each side, and it's a bit like weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels a bit like, I don't
And the main guy is a bit like, hello,
know. Yeah,
I'm
it's,
a random character.
yeah, it's a bit weird.
What main guy?
The Black Panther.
Like Black Panther. He kind of his character fades a bit into the
He's
background,
nice.
and he's
I
meant
like
to
him,
be
but
like
he's
the,
a bit like.
You kind of I'm kind of more interested in the other guy,
Yeah, the other guy's a bit more catchy. To be fair. And
What was his name? It was War Machine, wasn't it? Or something like that.
Warmonger.
Warmonger?
Yeah, Warmonger. That's such
So-
a bad name as well.
So Warmonger bit and those plants that you spoke about. So what they do to become the Black Panther, you have to. There's some plant that grows and they melt that
It's a
down into a
purple
liquid
plant.
and you drink it and then you basically trip out and you go
Yeah.
to the afterworld.
You have some spiritual
And then
journey.
you have a spiritual journey, and you go see your ancestors, and they were like, "You are doing good, my son."
Yeah,
and then
he meets his dad or some shit.
I mean, normally it's just like your dad. I think it's always seems to just be your
Yeah.
dad.
And then he's like, "Oh, Dad, I don't want to go." And his dad's like, "Oh, I've got to go." And then he wakes up, and then he's now Black Panther.
Yeah, and then he's really powerful, and he's like,
But Warmonger
Yeah.
destroys all of that. He destroys all the plants, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
sets fire
does.
to it all.
Yeah, that's so savage. When
So
he does
that's
that.
the end of Black Panther?
presumably.
There can never be another Black Panther? What? They got another plant?
Oh no! Now
Oh, no,
the
they did
democracy's
find another
gone.
plant.
Have they got one of those seeds in that Swiss that plant?
Now their
Bank
form
in
of
Sweden?
barbaric democracy is gone because instead of being able to challenge the guy like in the pit like without the powers, you can't because there's no more powers.
Mm.
So they can't take him away from him. So he's the only Black Panther.
But it was a garbage film.
Oh
It's-
yeah.
Yeah. I was
Um,
quite annoyed.
So that would just be shit.
And at the end there was a big fight, and they made a big thing where they were being really environmentally friendly, and
Yeah.
they there was
it's
no
the key point.
litter. That you could drink out of the rivers.
rivers.
It was lovely. They really had respect for animals. But in the last half an hour, they have armored rhinos running into battle, and it's not like I thought it was for a minute
They're
like a
bad.
transformer
Yeah.
that was running in that was going to be all like
No.
guns, but
Yeah.
it was just a rhino.
Just the rhino.
It's just an
Yeah.
armored rhino, and
I
then
dunno,
they get like.
I
fucked
enjoyed
up a
it
bit.
when they first came on the screen. They were
It's not
interesting to look at,
But
but they were
They
terrible.
weren't.
They're
though.
fighting guys with guns,
Yeah.
and like bazooka, like
But some
there's a
of them,
rhino running in.
some of them just had swords.
Who were they fighting?
I don't know, like each
I
other.
can't
swear.
even remember.
Yeah,
Each
there, were,
other.
there was also an element to it where there were like 4 tribes
Yeah.
on Wakanda, and there was a bit of tension between some of
Yeah.
the tribes. So there was
There
more.
was.
But why did we need like? Don't just put 2 shit stories together
Yeah.
and call that a good story.
But there
Because
was
reasons.
the rift, and then the guy at the end is just always like on their team, like
Yeah, he turns up out of nowhere and is like, "I'm going to be a good guy now," despite being a dick for the
Yeah.
first
Yeah.
35 minutes.
Becca!
It's like,
yeah.
but it was. I can see why it'd be cool. Maybe we just don't. I don't know. We don't get it. Or we
People are
don't think
saying
it's
it's
cool.
like a cultural moment because it is literally one of the first, fully sort of black superhero cast. It's
Yeah,
kind of a big deal. I think that's pretty cool.
I can understand.
Yeah.
Maybe I just missed the that whole aspect of it. But as a film, I thought it was garbage.
Yeah,
So-
it was
Yeah, it
bad.
wasn't
It
good.
was bad.
I will not be buying that. I will not be rewatching it. We got about 2.5 minutes on the clock.
On the camera time.
I don't think the camera time of life.
God.
Yeah, the camera still cuts out after half an hour because fuck you.
Camera.
It's great. But yeah,
Black Panther was shit. Yeah.
but
yeah.
I like bits of it though. Some fun spaceships.
that is true. I did really hate Marvel after Black Panther, but now after Infinity War, I'm now at the only currently I'm more bothered about Marvel than I am Star Wars
Mm.
because Last Jedi was garbage. I don't care. I don't care.
But Solo.
Solo is coming out though. Are you not a little excited to see
Yeah.
the Solo movie?
That would be cool, but it's like so you got the Star Wars timeline, and then you've got like Rogue One, you got things that are just dotted around, and then you just got this Solo film that's like way over here, and it means
It's
nothing.
before all of them.
Yeah, but
That's right at the beginning.
that's what I mean. So I don't care.
It's cool. It's like in the Old Republic.
No, I,
I
think
don't
it's
care.
good. That's got Childish Gambino in it.
Yeah.
He's the
But it's not
best.
Lando Calrissian.
Nothing's
Yeah.
we know what's gonna happen. Han's gonna end up still Han.
Yeah, he's just doing the Kessel Run. They're legitimately doing the Kessel Run, bro. Yeah, no, I don't know.
I think you
if
got to
they're
just.
doing the Kessel Run.
I think it would be good. I think you're gonna eat your fucking hat, sir.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, that was amazing. I'm back on
Marvel.
Star
Remember
Wars.
Marvel?
Yeah, you
Didn't think
hated
that'd be
Marvel.
good.
You were a Marvel hater, Jade. Don't pretend you weren't.
Perspective.
He used to have fuck Marvel posters around his house.
Don't tell the kids.
Oh shit.
Right,
Police.
we better reset the camera.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Hokey dokey. So yeah, I don't care about Star Wars anymore.
No, you gotta.
You gotta give it another
Spaceships.
chance.
And
Spaceships.
I grew up with
Laser
Star Wars.
beams,
Lightsabers.
aliens, Chewie's friend.
Oh,
There's
come on,
Chewie's friend.
Chewbacca must still warm your
He
heart.
gets a mate.
I know, when they do like a little chest
They
pump
do a
or
little.
whatever. Oh,
He's
Chewbacca.
He's great.
he's sold out.
No,
Next
it-
he'll have a bloody Pepsi logo.
And maybe a bandana like adolescent Chewie.
I feel like that being shown.
Oh, no, that would make- Some horrible animated young Chewie.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Baby
there is
Chewies.
in Rebels. There's a Chewie, little baby Wookiee in.
Go get some bantha milk. And he's like, oh, there's intergalactic banana peel. What
And
am
he
I
gets
going to
bullied
do?
at school because he's different to everyone else. But then Wookiees are really small to start with, maybe, or some shit.
Anyway. Okay, so
But yeah, I don't care about that
Yeah.
really,
What?
and I don't care about Star Wars. I don't care where the story's going to go. But J.J. Abrams is back for the next Star Wars, so that makes me happy. Because 7, I was at full Star Wars Bonner mast, like
Yeah,
big
that's
time.
pretty good.
But
which one was 7? The first of the new
yeah.
batch. Yeah, that was good.
that was real good.
It was alright.
But then the Last Jedi was fucking. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it was not great.
It was
There's so many
alright.
plot holes that I really didn't like.
It was watchable.
It took all the best bits of 7, like all the best story bits. So I think of like in a trilogy, you knew Star Wars was a trilogy.
Yeah.
You want the fucking stems of the, think of it as seeds, mate. All right, go back to seeds.
Right.
Seeds,
Yeah,
plant and
give,
stuff.
giving you a fucking visual image, yeah.
Alright.
Seeds, and then you've got the stalks of the stories, yeah, coming out of these seeds, and like if and you want to start cool aspects of the story, and then it progresses, and the second film comes, and then little bits of the flower, like it's starting to pull off like all these things that you've been through.
One conspiracy theorist. I
No,
think.
think of Lord of the Rings.
He
The first Lord of the
believes,
Rings
Yeah.
is all talking and garbage. They're setting it all up, aren't they? They're teeing it up for the next 2 films to just be war and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what you expect from The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And then the middle one should be a bit of payoff. Like, that stuff from the 7th film, they're referencing it here. That's what should happen.
Yeah.
But they just shut it all up the wall. Like, all the good bits of 7. Like, who
They
were
don't
Rey's
really-
parents?
Yeah, no one.
They're no one, they're just garbage people.
Spoiler
Who's
alert.
Snoke? He's dead because lightsabers can turn and he can't tell.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Luke's dead
He's meant
because
to be an all-powerful Jedi.
meditation is hard and making
Yeah,
a
yeah.
force image. Leia is... she can float and fly through
Yes.
space. That's fine, and she can come back to life. But
Yep,
whilst being,
without dying. Yeah,
I went
very
on a
good.
nerd
Even though
rant
she-
there.
Yeah.
Even
My
though
inner Mark
unfortunately
Corrigan
she's
came
dead.
out.
It's okay. It's okay. You seem
Even
mad
though
about
she's
it.
dead.
But I
Even
do
though
s-
she's dead.
I do still
Okay,
you
just
should
okay.
give it another chance. Just come on for Solo.
Let Han Solo wash over
Solo.
you. Let Solo love wash over you.
Yeah, you reckon?
Umba kadumba Solo.
I'll give it a go.
Solo.
Yeah.
I go
And
see
then-
films all
There
the
might
time.
be some Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah, that
There
was
might
sick.
be some Jabba the Hutt moments.
What about Kanja Club?
Kanji Club?
Today turning that to Kanja Club.
That's later.
Huh?
Kanji Club's
I know.
later. Yeah.
Fucking cheat.
But you know what we should all see though? We should all see A Quiet Place.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I've seen it. It's so good.
Thriller, innit?
Yeah, horror thriller.
Horror thriller. Oh,
Some
scary.
beasties in it.
Oh,
Some
I'm
big
scared
ass
of these things.
beasties. But it's good. It's like apparently 80% of it's like silent almost.
Yeah.
Or like no words or anything.
Who are the main
Really?
guys? The main cast?
People in it. John Krasinski. He was Jim in The Office and stuff.
I'm in the office.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, he directed it. As
Oh,
well.
isn't he super jacked in this?
Yeah, he's quite sexy.
He's like massive now
Yeah.
for some reason.
Really?
And he's got a really big beard.
Yeah, big
Mm.
lumberjack.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
He's
course
a
he
sexy man.
He's looking good.
Oh, there you
And
go.
Emily Blunt's in it, who's also, you know,
Crowd pleaser.
pretty easy on the eye.
Nice.
Okay.
Big fan, big fan.
Nice hot craft.
Hmm?
Nice hot
Yeah.
food.
Oh, and the girl,
Which is a fan.
the daughter in it is actually, like, she plays a deaf girl, but she is actually deaf.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a, I don't know. I
That
think
Of
makes
course she's
sense.
deaf. There's always a deaf person.
normally they wouldn't actually cast a
Cut!
deaf person.
Cut! Oh.
Shit, she's what?
Yeah, that could be awkward.
Sign language, you assholes.
He'd see it going down. Just be like,
That pissed me off.
what?
But yeah, I'll be up for that. That's good. I was just thinking of Kanye West, and then out loud I was just like, that's pissed me off.
Yeah, he has pissed me off. He's a weird guy.
What exactly has he done? I know he's been crazy.
There was a bit of a misinterpretation of something he said, but
About
basically, no, there was another thing as well where he said that slavery was a choice.
He loves Trump. He loves Trump.
Yeah, he does, but he's only doing that to be cliche.
He's a moron.
But he said slavery was a choice, and so many other like black artists were just like no,
Shut up.
and just shut him down, and so many other people.
When did he say that?
We sort of said it, but some people sort of blew it out of proportion a touch. Because I read his actual tweets, and I was like, I don't know if he said that so much.
He's a fucking.
I did read something
was
today
questionable.
that someone who represents him has kind of said like,
He's
well,
a
why are you listening to a celebrity? Like they're very possibly morons. Like you don't need to actually take what they're saying seriously.
Yeah, that's true.
But he's like a role model. So he used to be to
Yeah,
a lot of people.
lot of
He
people
probably
like.
still is to some,
and
but
some-
he's nuts now.
It's so crazy. It'd be hard to fall for his bullshit now.
Fall for his games.
Yeah, because he's kind of.
He never made like a cult though, so he's not like that bad.
You never know.
Unlike R. Kelly. Yeah, about him. Was
Oh
it?
my
Was it
god!
R. Kelly?
Yeah.
What has R. Kelly been doing?
He has like a sex cult.
No! What happened to R. Kelly after peeing on little girls?
He's gone downhill. He's
really? Has he peeing
he's got a
on
load
more
of court
little girls?
cases where like the parents are like.
Oh no! Of who?
He's just
More
got a
girls?
load of girls.
Like 15-year-old girl.
No, he
But-
started a cult of sagging 15-year-old
And it's
girls.
all sexual. It's like all a sexual cult. You don't really encounter all sexual cults that often. There's normally an element of religion.
No.
But this is just having sex with R. Kelly is your cult.
But someone made a. Obviously, I don't think they are underage though. I think they're 18.
Oh my god!
But I think there's some stories.
Well, then they could legitimately beat him because he's got court cases that aren't being held up because they're just girls that want to bang him. So it's like he's not like holding like you're not leaving, bitch. Like they're just dumb girls that are like, yeah. We want to do drugs and hang out with you and probably get ploughed. And the parents are like, no. But if a guy, it's creepy as shit.
Yeah.
But if a guy has a load of girls that want to have sex with him all the time.
I don't
like,
know. That feels like why he must be manipulating them.
I don't know, man. Would you?
Is there any
maybe.
grooming involved?
Yeah, they're
Prior?
obviously dumb.
To make them like stay and shit. I don't know.
How do you arrange that?
What do you mean?
How would you go about arranging that?
Why
Like,
do
Well,
you
you'd get a
wanna
load of
know?
money.
why would you want to know? Like,
You'd get a load of money. You'd have a big house, and you'd start emailing bitches. Just be like, "Who wants to come over?"
I guess he's R. Kelly.
And then when
That's
they
what I
get
mean. Would he
there-
give out flyers?
No.
Yeah,
wanna
no.
come to this-
Why would he give out flowers?
He put an ad on the radio.
He'd put him in
Okay,
the
he's
club.
sex house.
He sings it. He does like a little jingle.
He'd probably look at when he's
That'd be
like out somewhere. He'll look for like the proper obsessive people, and he'd be like, "Yeah, you'll do." And then he'd be like, "Come back to my house." And then there's like a pen of them, and he just
A
chucks
pen
them.
of them.
Just throws them.
No, I feel like that's definitely a crime.
Yeah.
You can't keep
girls
pens of
in
girls.
pens.
But I don't know. That's because they're all like, "Oh my god, it's R. Kelly." And
They
they're,
might like the
clustering
pen.
after him.
What they like the pen?
Well, I don't think they do like the pen.
What if that pen is their? That's what they think beauty is.
Yeah, they really like it.
Let
yeah.
them have the pen.
Well,
There's
that's
8 million
definitely-
people, 8 billion people out there. Oh, isn't it 7 now? Is it 7 or 8?
Have we killed some? More born? I don't know.
We're at 6. I think it's like 8.
9.
It's a lot of people. So there's got to be at least a small percentage that want that.
Yeah, well, I guess.
And
Yeah.
I think let them.
Really?
No, I'm just doing like a David Brent thing, like.
yeah,
Oh, David
just
Brent.
let them go with it.
But yeah,
It's the laugh
I don't know. I
out
don't think that. Huh?
that the laugh David Brent does.
Well, I guess. I guess if everyone's consenting, but the point is, if they're consenting adults.
If they're over 18 and they think that's fun to do, like.
Oh yeah, if they're over 18, who cares what they sleep with? As long
I
as they
swear
want.
some of them were underage. Though.
That's legit then. If they're underage and he's just like sort of manipulating
Oh.
them because they're fucking young and stupid,
Yeah.
then that's bad. But if they're just
Oh.
chicken heads.
Yeah, just want to find some sexy R. Kelly love.
Who cares? Let people do what they
And
want.
he could put remix to ignition, hide and
It's been
This is the podcast and Richard is whispering a song. Oh, great.
It's quite a regular behaviour, you might say.
I'd
Ooh.
say that's quite normal for me.
A regular.
A regular.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, I've been watching a lot of shit recently. I've been jumping back into the world of like just film and cinema and TV shows. And you started watching, and I've watched all of it, Altered Carbon.
Altered Carbon, I've watched 2 whole episodes.
I fucking love it, man.
So far, it's great.
I know nothing
love
of
it.
it.
How much of it is out already? How many seasons?
1.
Just 1.
Only came out in February. Emmy. Well, good, yeah. So,
Is it going to run out soon?
Huh?
How many episodes in a season?
10.
All 10. Oh, no.
So, premise, won't give you any spoilers, mate, because I want you to watch it, because it's badass. It's my recommendation from me to you.
Yeah, it's great.
Okay.
So, think of Blade Runner. So maybe go 500 years, maybe 1,000 years ahead, mate, alright? Say it, see?
1,000
Right.
years.
Talking skyscrapers, neon lights,
Yeah.
plastered with it,
Yeah.
fucking
Everywhere. All over the face.
Holograms.
Instead of dying,
Yeah, it's holograms.
your body just expires, just like an old
Yeah.
banana skin, or a sleeve, if you will. And what they do is they put
Because your sleeves expire.
your consciousness into a chip. Pull the chip out, got your consciousness in a chip. You might have paid a couple of million credits to have a 20-year-old Dottie model waiting, a clone of you. Pop the consciousness back in, you're 20 years ago, but you remember everything. So that's what we're working with. No one dies anymore.
They just get older and older. They're all like over 100 and stuff.
And there was a rebel team that were against this proposition because they were like, "Oh, people should die. Oh, nature is great. We love trees and shit."
Yeah.
And they all obviously didn't win because this thing happens. So the leader of that is brought back, and he's put into. He was an Asian man, and he was put in a Caucasian. You've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah, is he the leader of the rebels?
Yeah, he's the second in command behind the woman with the dreads.
Oh.
But you probably don't know this. Sorry.
Oh.
But no, you do learn this in the first episode,
Oh,
but
it's
Richard
like,
hasn't
what?
picked up on it.
Oh.
They do tell
When you
you.
need it to
You know,
be
at the beginning where there's him and the girl, and they're in that kitchen, and he has that cool shootout.
Yeah.
That's him dying.
Yeah, but I didn't know he was the rebel leader. I thought he was just a rebel.
He keeps having weird flashbacks, and he's yeah. But
Then
yeah,
maybe
keep
there's more
watching.
flashbacks to see.
So they take the leader and they resurrect him, and he's got to solve the murder of the richest man in this universe.
Yeah.
How someone tried to kill him. He's got to solve it.
So it's like a
It's like a
detective thing
yeah.
as well.
Yeah. The
future.
detective element's quite good. Cat likes it.
Sci-fi detective.
Cat's like, oh, this is nice.
And now let me double you in. Let me
All
lock
right.
you in. All right.
Yeah.
This is all right. If you're like-minded, this will be the selling point. His HQ is a brothel run by an AI.
Yeah.
That is cool.
That's his HQ.
Is
And
it
it's
like
really
is it
sassy.
like a futuristic brothel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, those are the best.
No,
in
it's not.
movies.
It's like
Star
a
Trek
retro
holorooms sort of
Yeah, but-
situation. If you know that reference,
Yeah.
like hologram, it's good.
It's nice though.
So
And he just likes drinking with the guy.
What's it on? What are you watching it on?
Netflix? It's a Netflix.
I can watch that.
It's badass. I fucking love it. Like we should crack on like just like
Netflix
10
as
minutes of it later just to get you into it. It's fucking
Yeah.
I recommend it. That's if anyone's watching. Jay's recommendation: Altered Carbon. It's
Altered
sick.
Carbon.
Altered
Great.
Carbon.
Yeah.
And The
It's a weird
Expanse.
name.
Yeah.
The name wouldn't draw me in.
What did you say?
And The Expanse.
The Expanse. Yeah. What's
That's
that?
good too. It's just like set in our galaxy. You've got Mars and
Future.
yeah, and the Belt, and they're like different colonies. Yeah, and there's like some war and shit.
Okay.
It gets all political. It's good.
Sci-fi shit.
Yeah, very sci-fi. The ships are epically cool. They're
What's
like
that?
space engineers cool, but like really detailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they look like they work properly.
Nice.
Maybe.
I'll be here for that. What's it called? The Expanse.
The Expanse. Yeah,
How many seasons are we working with?
quite a few. I have no idea.
Yeah. I want to get into. There's a few shows. Mr. Robot. I wanna
Mr.
really
Robot,
watch
what's
that?
that?
I haven't heard of that.
Apparently it's sick. Yeah, there's this
Mr.
guy
Robot.
that I've really good YouTuber. He's kind of a bit out there and weird, but he's movie maker Mike, movie maker Ralph. He's really good and he gives kind of
Ralph.
sick recommendations.
Yeah.
And that was his number one. He's really like fucking into films and he's a director. So I want to watch that and yeah, some other stuff.
Oh.
I can't remember.
Have you watched any of Wild Wild Country?
Westworld. But no.
Westworld.
Oh.
What's that?
Wild Wild Country is like a documentary series. So it's kind of like Making a Murderer, but it's like about a cult,
What?
and it's like this weird like
What cult?
like it's
Real life
they seem a bit like Harry Krishna's, but just a bit
Oh,
more
yeah, that sounds
extreme.
fun.
Oh, what, it's set in reality.
Yeah,
Oh wow, modern day.
yeah, it's like a documentary about what happened in like the recent past.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
and
What
they
creepy
started
stuff.
like having to protect themselves because like the locals surrounding this cult place were like, I'm shooting down, like they're getting in the way of my modern American life.
They
Yeah?
South American
I don't
states.
know, they're American. I don't know where from.
Alabama.
Like,
Yeah,
like
Mississippi.
Nebraska maybe, or like
Where?
And it's
It's-
real play here.
yeah,
Oh, the 5 states in the middle.
Shit.
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And the cult people got beef from the locals.
Yeah,
There's a lot of. I've been playing a game, Far Cry 5. You
Oh
played
yeah,
that?
yeah, that's fun.
And that's basically set in Trump country.
Yeah.
You know, Hicks kind of
But
shit.
there's a cult.
Maybe that's like a new pop culture thing that's going to come in. It's kind of
Cults,
cool,
yeah.
like a compound and crazy cults and stuff. It's
Yeah.
kind of cool.
and
Like
like
cult's the bad guy now.
it's
we
like
don't want people
Scientology
joining
and
cults.
stuff. You go down
Yeah,
that
we could have
route.
Scientologists.
I want to start a cult.
Yeah? What's it
Start
going
a
to be
cult,
called?
but let's, huh?
What's it going to be called?
What should our cult be called?
Gay cunts.
Gay
Gay
cunts.
cunts. No,
Gay cunts.
that kind of belittles them.
Yeah.
Let's call them the Otters.
The otters. Yeah, we could be the otters. And what do we worship? Otters?
Yeah, that should be our movement.
When we just all go out to like the otter meetings at the local swimming pool and we all just lay on our backs.
We need to lay on our bellies and crush walnuts. That's
Yeah.
what we need to do.
Yeah,
Crush
yeah.
walnuts.
That's
now.
what otters do, right?
Do otters make dams? Oh no, that's beavers.
Mm.
What do otters do?
Otters just
Just
chill.
swim about.
Don't they really? Don't they have like really?
Do they lay eggs?
I think they stink. No, they're mammals. Lay eggs.
They smell. Otters smell like shit.
Yeah, don't they?
Yeah.
Aren't they really
Otters
bad?
smell like shit.
They're horrible.
And they're really bitey, maybe?
That's why they're not domesticated.
Oh,
Because I
but
think
when
they stink
they,
like shit.
When they float in the water, though, they hold like their partners.
Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah, when they're
That's
asleep.
cute. And they don't, so that's why they don't float apart while they're sleeping.
They mate for life. That's cute.
Yeah, that's
That's
cute.
very
I
sweet.
respect the otter for that. Nice otter.
Well,
Very
one
like
dies, though,
myself.
'cause the other one
Their
lives
little
forever.
otter hands. Very much like myself. I'm a terrapin.
I am the terrapin.
That's it. Oh, what a line.
Oh, what a man.
Oh.
My
Slow and
glasses.
steady wins the
My
race.
glasses.
So,
So yeah, I'm watching all sorts of crazy shit at the moment. I'm liking it though. I didn't really follow films or anything like that. I used to avoid it because I thought it was all trash and garbage. But if you
All of it.
if you
what,
sort
new
of
films, all new films.
not
Not
all
all
new
of them.
films, but it's
Most of them.
my motivation for it lost because it was like 1 in 5 that I'd actually go and pay to. But now that I've got the unlimited thing at Odeon,
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to go and see. Not afraid, like I was fucking. But I'm not.
I'm not
I can walk out that door.
I'm a brave man. But because I'm only paying
You have to strut down. Like,
a price that I know what it is, I can go into a film and if I think it's shit, I'll leave after half an hour. But
That's
Oh.
good, yeah. That
it
is
doesn't
much
matter.
better.
And, and then if it's sick, then I've watched a sick film. Like Red Sparrow was badass. Did you ever watch Sucker Punch?
No.
Oh,
But I
it's
heard
a
of
wicked
it.
film. It reminded me of that. It's a film where these girls get stuck in like a brothel and they have to get out of this brothel, but whenever they have an encounter where they'd have to get in a fight, it turns into this interpretive battle that happens.
What?
And it's really bad. The choreography is fucking awesome. And like, yeah, it's cool. Instead of the guy with the key, it would be this massive like stone golem that they've got to fight, and they've got like machine guns and they're going.
What?
It's really
Yeah,
good.
just go epic.
Yeah, you should watch it with Cat.
Yeah?
yeah, you guys.
It's a
fucking
good
like that.
couple film. Kind of
Yeah.
like that.
It's got a bit of. It's all female cast.
What's
Yeah.
it called?
There's-
Red Sparrow?
No, that's
Sucker
Sucker Punch.
Oh.
But Red Sparrow is similar to it, but it's about Russian sleeper agents.
Yeah.
Like, there's like a ministry sort of thing that has a load of females that they recruit, and they're really hot basically, and they're basically there to have pleasure the man and just do whatever he wants, and then they get information and feed it back to the military sort of thing. So they plant them in, and they
Right.
recruit this girl, and you follow her story through it all.
That
It
sounds quite
becomes a
good.
Russian
Yeah.
sleeper cell.
And
I
like,
find it looks a bit like garbage, but that sounds quite good.
That sounds quite mature.
yeah, it's good. It's kind of rapey though, lots of rape.
Really?
Yeah. Tons of rape.
Oh.
There's this bit where they're in like a classroom situation and this guy walks in and he's like, and the teacher's like, give him what he wants, and then he's like, I think he implies or something that he wants a blowjob, and then she just has to suck him off in front of the classroom, and she's all like,
Oh, that's
yeah.
not. It's never nice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like,
I think she doesn't actually go through with it. I think she
Yeah.
like something happens and she
Yeah.
like,
What? She gets out of it. She gets
Yeah.
out of the blowjob.
Oh,
but if
I-
it comes out, you should watch it.
I watched a really shit film the other day, but brilliant.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Showgirls.
Showgirls. What's
Have you
that?
heard of it?
What?
No.
It's
Showgirls?
like it's
Sounds
almost
a girly
like
film.
The Room, but with strippers.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh right.
This like woman moves to
Oh,
like
no.
Vegas to become like a showgirl, and then she starts just fucking everyone. It's really graphic sex
Really?
scenes as well, and she also is like she can't
Why
can't
doesn't it
dance.
good?
She's really shit at dancing, but all the way through everyone's going, "Oh my god, you're dancing."
She's just there like,
And she's really kind of like thrusty, like and like really violent, like
Violently.
aggressive, and they're like, "Oh my god, that girl has talent." Like
she's just going nuts.
it's so bad.
Really, really
you should
like
watch like
robot.
you should watch the trailer for it
Yeah.
and see what you think.
We'll crack it on.
Yeah, that sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
So bad, it's good. I've never
So
actually
bad.
watched The Room.
Yeah, no, I haven't seen that yet either.
That's why I haven't
Oh, you should
watched
watch it.
the one.
Disaster
yeah.
Artist. Yeah. You
Yeah.
should watch. I did it. I watched The Room before I went to go see The Disaster Artist, and it was like the perfect order.
Magnifique.
Yeah.
What? How long's
Just
The
watch
Room?
that first.
How long's The Room? Like an hour and 20 or like an hour?
Oh, okay. Because if it's that shit, I feel like.
No, it keeps you.
Yeah. Okay.
We should watch it after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. I don't know how we
What time
watch
is
it.
Or is it a bit?
Actually, I've got work at 8
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I
so
got work
probably
at 8
not.
and I'm not feeling great.
Yeah.
So I'm
Maybe
gonna
over the
have to
weekend though.
watch it.
I don't have much on this weekend.
I think I'm at work on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edit live.
Oh, I'm doing quite a lot.
Well,
I'm
maybe
going to
Saturday.
Sean Kingston on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to drag me to that. You see, Kat linked me, and I literally
Yeah.
I
laughed.
saw that
Yeah,
comment.
I said you
Why
wouldn't
did
come.
she-
I don't want to go see Sean
Yeah, you do.
Kingston.
You're coming. You're coming.
No, I'm not.
I'm playing the broadcast.
Yeah,
You're
way
gonna go.
too beautiful girls.
Yeah, you love that song.
No.
So do you. You're coming too.
And I do remember that song.
Bring Mark.
You're not dragging me into this.
Yeah, this mess.
It's a trap.
I'm not trying, but before that, don't worry because we're going to a barbecue with my family in Edwardian clothes.
Oh,
Yeah, normal day. Fucking
your life,
fucking
mate.
crazy family. Like 4 days before the event, just go. Oh yeah, by the way, it's Edwardian clothes, but we're going to for a barbecue in the park.
Wait, why are you wearing Edwardian clothes?
I don't know.
What for?
They're just like for a birthday for this guy Steve's birthday. Fucking Steve.
What,
man.
no.
Who the fuck's Steve?
Why does he want that as a theme?
Yeah, it's his party. It's like,
Steve
yeah.
pisses me off. I don't even know who he is. Sorry,
You
Steve.
hate Steve already.
You're a douche.
Have you not met him?
No, I don't know. I think it's alright.
He's requiring. How long have you've only met him once?
No, I've met him loads of times, Steve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've been
I
going
thought
for
it
a
was
while.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, you hate Steve now.
Still a cunt. All right, coming after you.
He's got a dog though,
Oh, great.
called Pippa. She's like really like
Of course he has.
blind and it's like chubby and it's close to death. I'd say
Yeah.
it's a nice dog though.
You gonna try and get rid of it at the Edwardian feast?
No.
Why not?
Is it Edwardian food?
Gonna keep it.
Better. If he's serving sausage rolls
No, we're not
and
eating
Scotch eggs.
Edwardian food. We're just eating barbecue food.
That's so peculiar.
That's so bizarre. You're
It's
not
great,
even
though.
eating Edwardian food.
But my
But
outfit's
what is
great.
Edwardian
I'd
A
say it would be
tuna meal.
shit
food?
if
Like
Edwardian
broiled
clothes.
chicken.
Take some
Edwardian
tripe.
food would be shit.
Yeah, it would be. But why wear
Take a handmade loaf
It's
of
just,
bread.
it's just
I don't know what it's all about, but I'm wearing like a boat hat and like I've got a little waistcoat with like a paisley waistcoat.
Please let me know where you're eating. I need to come back,
want
get
to
a
see
news
that.
crew or something.
Can you take a photo? Like a photo?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Where are you eating?
We'll do a family photo. In Hastings, you gotta come to Hastings.
Oh.
So,
We're going to
it's just
Hastings.
really like, I can't fathom it.
It's so random. I think there's an event, perhaps. I'm not really sure. I was meant to be paying a bit more attention, perhaps, but I'm not.
I was like,
Well, that sounds great, mate. Yeah, I need pictures and maybe like a video.
We could take a bottle of Pimm's, get smashed during the day,
That
go to
sounds
Sean
fun.
Kingston prison. The
will you be
worst
dressed
club
in your
environment.
Edwardian clothes?
No, but I
Oh.
could do.
You
It does sound
could.
kind of fun, actually. Now I think about it.
What, Sean Kingston?
Edwardian is
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
funny. It sounds kind of funny.
Yeah, it is gonna be funny.
A good Saturday. Fuck it.
Then we're just gonna be getting smashed in the park. And I'll sit here and
Back to
order
Preston.
Me and Kat just rolling on in. Go in and start bullying Edwin.
What in Preston? It's
Yeah.
always down there.
No, he'll be in like my flat. And we're just
Playing
pushing
Skyrim
him.
mods.
Yeah, Skyrim mods. Yeah, cool guy.
Oh,
dear.
speaking of awesome new bits of media that I've been playing, South Park Fractured Butthole.
Oh yeah. I played a bit earlier. It was fun.
That looks
fucking
good.
great.
I really don't like the combat though.
No.
Yeah, I remembered I played it before and was like, I fucking hate this shit. Confuses the life
Sort of
out
like
me.
XCOM, if anyone's played that. But
I kept on getting the grid messed
got
up.
it on the Switch. I love the Switch.
Ah, it's a Switch game.
Yeah.
You can switch it.
Switch it up.
Switch it up.
Oh, it's
I like the Switch. It's got a cool screen.
It does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's nice that you can take it. You can literally be playing it, pick it up, take it to work.
Yeah.
Like, crack
You can
on,
play it on
continue.
Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
I
is-
feel like their
nice.
marketing and advertising for it is really shit. Because
Oh,
when I
you
saw
and
the
Adam get
advert,
to
I thought,
Well,
Oh,
we're coming to an end.
2042.
I think we're coming to an end to this podcast.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
I think that was nice. That was beautiful. We're back. We're gonna do it.
I like the
Keep them
layout.
shorter.
We're gonna, yeah.
The
Do
light
good.
was fixed.
Punch
Thank
me.
you, Jay.
Punch me. Yeah, we changed the set around. It's a bit more triangular, and now my light works, which is great because I was living like a mole for the last month.
And you know why? Because he had knocked the bulb and it was slightly loose.
Well,
This is why we can't have nice things.
Da-na-na-na-na, Hare Krishna.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
as
Peace.
always.